Hi, this is Stephanie Benedetto Padavani, wild creation coach and soul storyteller at The Awakened Business, where I help spiritual entrepreneurs craft an irresistible message and broadcast it to the world so you can attract your ideal clients with soul-aligned marketing. Welcome to the Wild Creation Stories podcast, where we explore the nature of purpose, creation, identity, and reality through the magical lens of our stories. Today's story is not just mine. Of course, every story belongs to everyone who hears it. This one in particular. Stories are alive and they are constantly changing. I can remember taking a class years ago on the oral tradition and how stories were passed down. This was how we first learned stories. These are the stories that we repeat for our children and then our grandchildren. This particular story was introduced to me by Michael Neal, who is an amazing coach, global thought leader, and all-around irreverent, amazing being, who first heard it from Anthony DeMello, who was an enlightened Jesuit priest. So you can see how this story has already evolved. And it's quite different, I'm sure, from the one that Anthony DeMello originally told. I've taken some liberties, as I am wont to do. I hope you enjoyed this story. It's called Rain. Once there was a woman who saw the world in pain and was moved. She felt its waves of anguish, despair, and self-loathing deep within her soul. "I have to do something," she said. So the woman set out to ease the suffering of the world by taking it into herself. It racked her body with pain and hurt so much that she could scarcely breathe. As it moved through her, she worked magic on the pain, and it began to transform into brilliant blue moths emerging from her mouth. Exhausted, the woman collapsed onto the ground and fell unconscious. In a dream, a tall white figure dressed in robes came to her. It had pale skin and large dark eyes. "Dear one," it said to the woman, brushing the hair from her face with a tender caress, "the pain of the world does not belong to you. It is not yours to bear." The woman sighed. "But I must do something. What can I do to ease this suffering?" "Be. That is all, and that is everything," the figure replied. "But how? How can I be? What can I be that will change this?" The woman wept at the memory of the pain still aching in her bones. "With this." The figure in white touched the woman's forehead with a finger. "You are the water of grace, the water of remembering." When the woman awoke from her dream, she was no longer a woman. She was the rain. The pain in her body was gone. She didn't know what to do, but she knew how to be whatever it was that she was when she stopped thinking about it. She flowed into the world to the places where she was drawn by curiosity. Her rivers met the people of the world and knew their pain, but she was no longer compelled to feel it as her own. She saw them. She loved them. "I am only water. I can't change them, but I can rain," she said. She rained down upon their souls. Sometimes her rain fell upon souls that were like granite. Most of the droplets rolled off, but some penetrated the crevices in the stone, and it changed, almost imperceptibly. Sometimes her rain fell upon souls of hard soil, and they began to soften. Sometimes her rain fell upon the fertile ground, and the seeds that had been planted there began to grow. The suffering of the world did not disappear, but the magic of her rain transformed the world without doing anything at all. Hey, lovely, and thanks so much for joining me today. If you'd like to receive a weekly Wild Creation email from me filled with more inspiring stories, marketing experiments, playful questions, new podcast episodes, videos, and freebies, and anything else I happen to be playing with, go to theawakenedbusiness.com/wild creation. Until next time, may you know yourself as the gorgeous wild creation that you are.